Hi everybody. Welcome to Transmissions Tuesday and our episode 9. Hope you're all doing well. We are certainly doing great. I'm going to apologize just ahead out of the gate. I'm yawning a lot. I've been outdoors with a lot of 14-year-olds doing a field trip, so do excuse me for that. However, before we introduce the story and the players introduce themselves, we are first going to provide our little content warning at the start of each session. Dragon Age is a setting which has some dark and difficult themes, not only with some grisly horror, but also in its political and cultural tensions. There are power imbalances throughout the lands of Thedas, and we may on occasion touch on these in our story. In fact, we already have in some of our sessions. Rest assured, we will be as respectful and considerate as possible when we do, and we have discussed our lines and veils prior to today's session. We can check in with each other, but we want you to also be mindful of your own comfort levels. As important as these stories are to voice, your happiness and comfort should be paramount, and as such, we would never judge if you need to step away at any point. That being said, it is time to get going. I am Emma, Hammerloot on the internet. I use she, they pronouns, and I am playing everybody and the world. And I'm definitely totally okay and not constantly screaming on the inside about all of the updates about the new Dragon Age game. Can my players please introduce yourselves and who you were playing, please? Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Emily, also known as the Dragon Age expert, who is so knowledgeable about this game and the new game. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm playing Kana, the dwarven blacksmith, who uses she, her pronouns. And she's doing a great.
Hi everyone, my name is Satan or Alyssa Vamp on the interwebs. Today I will be playing Phelan, our Dalish elf mage. He uses he, him, I use she, or any pronouns. And I don't know everything about Dragon Age, but I do know about Dragon Age, and I love Dragon Age, so I'm very excited about Dragon Age. That's me.
Hello, everyone. I am Torin, or Torin Talks Creativity. My pronouns are she, they. I'm playing Oriana, whose pronouns are she, her, and she is the human rogue of the party. She's doing great. Eventually, she'll get there. I'm personally doing great. I'm very excited about the Dragon Age stuff, though I was mid and very scared, but now I'm very excited with gameplay. You should go look at the new gameplay today. I'm done.
Hello, everyone. I am Sakaya, and the internet and the outernet, just everywhere. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Aranon, the chastened wilder rogue, who also uses she, her pronouns, and I've got all the comfort for all of you worried people today. So.
Yes, indeed. It's gonna be good. Looking forward to it. Last session, the group got ready to set off on the road again. Before leaving, they found Eddard, the farmhand from Lothering that some of our party members are real good friends with. They helped him reunite with Enid, his lady love. They gave him some healing, and he wandered off feeling much better about himself. Once they were on the road, some bonding was had, including Aiden asking some genuine, innocent, childlike, and probing questions for some of the party members. Including Aiden asking some questions with Aranan about her background as a chastened welder and wanting to learn a little bit if the rumors were true. They planned to dispatch the bandits that they'd heard about that were troubling travelers fleeing from the south away from the Blight, and they had a plan to subdue them and bring them to justice. Iranan stayed back to protect Aiden and make sure that he was far away from any violence, keeping him distracted. Things don't go entirely to plan, and the encounter does indeed become lethal. Triggered by Phelan taking an incredibly heavy hit and falling unconscious, as mages are wont to do. The other three in the encounter get fierce. Phelan is recovered. They all ultimately come out victorious. Some loot was acquired. The bodies were moved out of the way conveniently and hidden, and the group comes back together again. As they continue their travels, eventually they find their way to an area to camp up, and we are now going to go to a scene during that night. The rest of the party are hunkered down, getting some well-deserved rest, and a private conversation is being had during a watch. Tell me, who will be triggering this conversation?
I was like, I saw the hand signal. Wait.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah,
I
Yeah, you
think
will.
yeah,
Kana
yeah.
would for sure. Yeah, I think Kana maybe tried not to be on watch right now and then couldn't sleep. Just eventually, just like after tossing and turning for a while, just gave up and got out of her cart and looked around and saw that Oriana was awake. I think she will like maybe go up next, plop a seat next to her by the fire, maybe.
And I think as you see Oriana, or you're approaching her, she's kind of doing this like nervous, like what little bit of water she can spare, she's anxiously and aggressively trying to wipe her hands off. And in a very now normal for her, for y'all have seen, pill bug kind of, she's 5'7", but she's fairly skinny and just trying to be small.
Maybe less of a plop down next to her and more of a gentle
Gets up and runs. No, I'm
yeah,
kidding.
no, exactly. Yeah, we'll just sort of not down, do a little like lean in wave, make sure that Oriana even knows she's there. Hey.
I can just sits on her hands. Are you okay?
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, dumb question. Did you need anything? I guess is what I meant to ask.
Not particularly. I just can't sleep. Today just every time I shut my eyes, just keeps I don't suppose you've ever had to do that before?
I think she even like adjusts more with her hands under her legs. Just, you mean killing those people?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not like I don't like it. If that's what you.
Sure. I mean, I'd be. I mean, you don't seem like that kind of sort. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think she looks at your face and she's searching for something and trying to just kind of remember and your dynamics with Beb and all of them. I traveled a lot. Well, not a lot, but when I made my way to Lothering, I was by myself. So just tried to avoid people as much as I could, but sometimes it was a little unavoidable.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I thought you were a little paranoid about bandits, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, if you can stay in the woods, it's not too bad, but like not too deep in the woods.
Right. then
Yeah.
one of the 9 types of bears will get you.
He's so sweet, but I don't know what to do.
I know. I just, I feel like I don't know how to like jump in and steer the conversation away without it being obvious that that's what I'm trying to do, but
Just steer
maybe
him
I don't
away.
even know if he would notice that.
Yeah.
That was obvious. I don't know.
Well,
Love him though. Love him to death.
to be honest, we made a deal together that I would help him in those moments, and I just figure I just grab him and just steer Phelan away.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the
Probably
best, but
good.
it works. Well, yeah. But yeah, I had to fight a little bit. Well, I mostly ran away, but fight my way to Lothering a little bit. And I think you actually kind of see your hands come up now and just, it doesn't really get easier.
That's good news and bad news, you know?
Yeah. And thing is, I was planning on not, I wasn't intending to kill them, just, there was 4 of them, and, they're a lot stronger and bigger than me. So I just figured scare them first, right? Just, hey, don't want to do this.
Right.
But then,
No, you're.
just when
Sorry.
Phelan, no, you're fine. Just when Phelan went down, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Bev is strong and everything, but I don't want her fighting. Like, what if something happened to her? And then Aiden loses his mom. And I mean, even you. What? Oh, what are we going to tell your daughter? Like,
I mean, I made a pretty tough stuff. Gonna take more
Yeah,
than a
but-
couple ruffians to keep me from getting her, but I appreciate
was-
it.
I
There
mean,
were
but
4 of them, yeah.
There were 4 of them, and Phelan already revealed himself to them as a mage. They could have taken that if we
Yeah.
let them go. Like, they could have taken that and turned him in. I mean,
I didn't even think of that.
I-
All I was thinking was, I saw Phelan hit the ground, and I stopped thinking. Honestly,
yeah.
I just.
And it kind of feels like, I don't know if it feels like this for you, but with your smithy, when you're pulling down and the bellows go and the fire gets bigger, it kind of feels like that for me. I don't know. Just, I don't know if it's being scared, and then it, you kind of switch. Just go
Yeah.
protective.
Yeah. I don't know if it's arrogance or naivety or what. I always kind of hoped or imagined myself as, if I ever got into some scrape like that, I'd be the big old hero. I'd knock people down and then give them a hand, and they'd get back up and have a whole new outlook on life. And I don't know. It's just like, no hero, that's for sure. But
I get it. Hero stories are cool, right?
yeah.
I don't know. I always wanted to be a scholar. Don't really get
I
many
can see
scholars
that.
in great heroic stories.
Yeah, well, no, there's usually like a wise old woman that people go to, and they learn find out what the potion is, or they learn the secret was the friends they made along the way, or that there's definitely room for that
So I just have to get old
in
first.
hero stories. I mean, that'd be nice, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably selfish in a way, but I don't want to have those chats with your families if it goes bad. That's it.
Hopefully you won't have to. And we can make Bev do it. She knows my family better. It's fine.
I mean, chat, not scream at.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe Rhiannon got a better
By the way,
bedside manner.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It just
No,
it's a
I
bit
don't think
much
she'd take any
sometimes.
offense.
Okay. Well, at least you laughed.
Maybe it's just the maybe I'm just deaf from working in the smithy for so long, but I don't mind it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Can I ask you something completely off topic? I just been meaning to ask.
She kind of like backs up a little bit, just straightens her back.
Oh, no.
A bit, like, okay.
No, this is. I don't think this is a deep personal question, although it might end up being. I don't think so. It's just something I heard, back in Lothering. Is it true that you're like good at star charting?
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool.
Thanks. My mother, we used to find them at night. If we'd be preparing to hunt, we would camp out at night, wake up early, and, get the poor unsuspecting things in the morning. But, yeah, that's how we used to pass time.
That's really beautiful.
Thanks. She's really smart.
Sure she misses you, wherever she is.
Hope so.
I mean, if she doesn't, she's a fool.
No, she's really smart. Just haven't heard from her in a long time. It's kind of my fault, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know your situation, obviously. If my kid ever did something that separated us, I can't picture there'd be something that so bad that I wouldn't be ready to open my arms back up. Maybe after a conversation or two. But your kid's your kid, Can't break that bond, even if you want to.
I hope so. Especially with, honestly, even with everything going on, I'm not really going to give her a choice. Can't let her get taken by this.
I hesitate to ask where she. I mean, are we headed in a direction that would lend itself towards protecting her?
If the Earl is worried about Southreach, Maybe. I'm from a place called Penstow. It's on the eastern side of the forest.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the other Darkspawn came through Kakari Wild, so I don't think they'd have problems going through the forest.
Well, shit.
Yeah. It was just the two of us, so I don't want to leave her there.
I don't know why I had it in my mind that you were like an Orlesian princess on the run from like I don't even know, like maybe you were like a secret mage princess battle warrior. I don't even know. I had so many theories. I don't know.
I think Oriana like lifts up her like arm, and she's got like a little noodle arm. You know what I mean? She's very lively built and has obviously lost weight in this journey, getting to Lothering, and now, and just yep, that's me. Like flexes and it's like. Yep.
Hey, some warriors are fast. You know, you're pretty good at what you do out there.
I'm not laughing.
You know.
Yeah. No, I'm not a relation. Who did you say, princess?
Yep. Royalty.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what the mud's for. It's to
That's
exfoliate.
that's honestly what I was thinking. Is so no one would know the princess was around. You know, the princess wouldn't be in mud.
I found a
you're
wild cat.
popper.
Yeah. Just exfoliating the skin, make sure it's all nice and pretty, and for the big
Mud
baby
bath.
later.
Yeah.
No, I'm a Ferelden. Didn't even have a last name.
Princess. Okay.
Nope, didn't even have a last name.
Just playing.
I guess technically would be a bastard child, but yeah. No. Is that why? And she pulls out the book from Bev. Is that why she gave me this? It's on
Oh, I don't
Relation
know.
history. Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
Maybe you said something about Orlais once. I
I-
really don't remember.
I'm not trying to sound super rude, but I'm actually not a fan of Relay at all. My family was around during the Orlesian takeover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're a little snobby too with their oh yeah, so cool and they're just
I mean, yes, they are incredibly snobby.
You did it so good.
Thanks.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
She just sighs deeply, like, makeup, please.
Genevieve.
Serious crossing of the streams there. That's just
Yeah.
Sorry.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, she's back. For reference, Torrin played an Orlesian in another of my Dragon Age games and did a fantastic accent.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. If we ever really need it, I can help us out if we somehow end up in Orlais, which I really hope not, personally. But yeah,
Who knows? We'll go wherever's safe. You know.
Yeah. And on that note, I really do want to help you and Bev get out through this. Get you back to your kids. Well, I know Bev has hers right now, but
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Same goes for you.
I know it's. Well, I'll be fine, but thank you. Just glad I can help. Well, at least I hope that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's put it that way.
Oh, definitely. I'm so thankful you're here. Are you kidding?
Thanks. Happy y'all are here too. Admittedly, I'm still worried. There's a lot of us, and with Phelan being inclined otherwise,
Yeah.
and Aiden being of interesting origins.
Yeah.
By the way, can I do like a quick perception check before I just start?
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, wait a
Dragon
minute.
Aiden Origins.
Is he,
Oh,
you know?
No, I just meant if there's other people around. Before she just starts going, so Phelan's a beige.
Yeah.
Yelling at everyone.
Is he? You know.
Inclined otherwise. Yes.
A friend of the
If
maker.
anyone's around.
A friend of the maker.
Making a perception check now. It's 16. Are we safe?
You're safe. You're in a little
Okay.
camping spot. It is just you guys, and unless someone is like hiding in a bush in the dark, being real fucking quiet,
You
nobody's
never
here.
know. Or you know,
See.
Edard is unconscious somewhere and wakes up.
Yeah. But
Is
no,
he
you're
a friend
you're
of the Chantry brothers?
So yes, Oriana just takes a moment like, oh shit, wait, okay. But yes, we have 2 people that others might be interested in. So I'm still worried, but I'm happy that we're all here. And we've made it this far, right?
Yeah. Just one foot in front of the other. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Just hope we don't run into anybody else. I mean, I don't mind, you know, feeding us, but kind of struggling with the rest of it.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I know it's a little messed up, but I'm glad that I'm not the only one who is going through this right now. I know. I wish neither of us knew what it was like, but helps to be able to talk about it.
It does. Thank you. And
Anytime.
hey, we're still here.
Yeah. Some of us by the skin of our teeth looks over at Phelan's tent.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping under the stars. Thank
Oh,
you very
sorry.
Just like
much.
starfished out.
Phelan's sleeping bag.
Oh no, he's doing the
Snoring.
hands.
Oh yeah.
You know the-
I know the hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest, it didn't feel great. And I think if you look, she's kind of curled over because she is effed up. Like she did not come out of that fight easy. Just yeah. It's close.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on telling Phelan something similar, but you just we run into trouble. Y'all stay behind me. All right. I like that pincher. That pincher move we planned was real smart and real clever until you two are off by yourselves. You know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can take a few hits. That's what the training is for.
And I'm not saying this because I don't believe you or in you and Bev. But we don't have small kids. We're adults. I mean, I know we're both pretty small and obviously not that old, but I mean, realistically, Ronan and I are the same age. We're adults. Though I know it probably doesn't seem that way, but
No, it does.
yeah.
Got a
And we
grown
make good
head on your
choices.
shoulders. And I'm an adult too. And I'm fully aware of the people in my life when I'm saying, get behind me. I got a shield, a giant shield, and chainmail on. That is, if nothing else, what I'm good for is being dense. Not intellectually, I'm clever as hell, but
Sorry.
you know,
I'm sorry.
I'm thick.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is. Okay. Yeah.
What? I don't understand.
I didn't think that was going to help the argument, but you're fine. I really appreciate it. Hold on. Sorry, I do appreciate it. And how about we'll just get there at the same time?
That works for me.
Yeah.
Phelan, I'm gonna make stand behind me because he can't even wear armor.
Oh no, I agree with that, honestly. And he can like attack.
He can
far
throw
away.
stuff, but you guys
Yeah.
all have sort of ranged capability, you know. I
Mm.
mean, I sort of do. I got the one axe I can throw, but
Yeah, and like I have
it
one,
makes more
but
sense
it's
for you to be
better.
up in there.
It's better to. I don't know. I'm better up close. She just kind of makes a bunch of stabbing motions. Just.
Yeah, man, easier to aim for the kidneys
I mean,
when you're up close. Damn, you got good aim, kid.
I feel really bad about that, actually.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I just figured it would be easier to, make them believe us if they felt it.
No, it was
I mean,
a
it
good
worked,
strat. Yeah,
obviously.
totally. He scared the shit out of him.
Yeah, it was actually kind of gross, but
Yeah.
we don't talk about that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. But really, thank you for checking in.
Of course. Why don't you try to get some sleep? I'm not gonna be able to, but
Oh,
I'll take a turn by the fire. Why don't you get
Go and get.
Go
Go on, get out of here.
Get on
here.
here. Go on. Oriana will take her usual pose, like just. In fact, I even think you see her just go curl up here, like roll underneath a cart, and just curl up under a cart, and just say goodnight, Kana.
Night, Oriana.
Proceeds to become spherical. Rolls away.
Honestly, I think it's just me wanting to be able to do that, so I'm gonna live it out
it's
through Oriana.
So funny. Okay.
I
You
have
are
a-
able to go and rest.
3-minute scene, if you'll indulge me.
Sure. Is it
I
like
just
through the
feel-
night? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm asking, because it kind of
Mhm.
follows on.
Yeah.
I feel that Ranan does the morning watches because she tends to cook for them. So maybe as Oriana and Kanara coming off watch, they're swapping up with Phelan and Bev. So Kanara's proclaimed to Oriana that she's not going to be able to sleep. I think Aranan, like, half asleep herself, but aware of Kanar nearby, kind of lifts up the bedroll and kind of just pats the ground next to her as Kanar's nearby.
She'll walk into the tent and curl up and just
Aranan.
oh, sorry.
No, go.
And just whisper, just thanks.
I don't think Aranan says anything. She's kind of like, she's sort of half asleep, but she kind of like big spoons around you and does that sleepy, breathy kind of sigh. But she can sense that you're still kind of tense.
Yeah.
So she sort of wakes herself up a little bit and starts to stroke your hair near your temple. Hey, one thing that all 9 species of bear have in common.
Oh my god, don't make me leave this tent. What?
Oh, the mothers will kill to protect their family. You did what you had to.
I can't get the image of that guy floating in the water out of my head.
There's no easy way to say this, but you won't be able to for quite a while.
You know, as shit as I'm feeling right now, I'd do it again.
Exactly. Battles. They're chaos. You can't go into it hoping no one will get hurt. Chances are someone's gonna die. And it wasn't Phelan Kanar, so
Yeah. It won't be.
I kind of squeeze you into a bigger hug. Asleep. You need it.
Snuggles back.
And Aranon's probably out like 7 seconds later.
Yeah. I think Kana stares out the front of the tent flap for a while, but eventually it does fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, everyone gets their sleep, even if some are restless. It is not an easy thing to take a life for the first time. Perhaps the road to feeling heroic and telling your own tale may be littered with similar things. If you have any hit points that have not yet been recovered, you can regain 10 plus your level plus your constitution score after having a EP sleep. Okay. That being said, the next day will come. You can break your fast a little bit. People who are morning people will enjoy themselves. People who are not morning people have to listen to the sound of a 10-year-old who's definitely awake. He likes to yap. Born to yap.
I'm roping Aiden into cooking and that kind of stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, he'll certainly try. He's not great at it, but he's like,
No,
he's a
that's
trier,
fine.
so he's like, I'm gonna give it my best. Likes to please, like his baba. So he'll be trying to figure things out. He's okay. You can here, add this spice. Not that much. This right? Okay, I'm just.
Aranon's one of those, you know, she's totally fine with kids' mistakes or
Yeah.
whatever. She just rolls with it and lets them experiment.
Someone will eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. Aranon.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when they're doing art and you're like, oh wow, buddy, this is great, and like you're actually really proud of what they've done. It's the same with like the first time they make pancakes and you're like, oh, Yum. So delicious. But yeah, he will do his best and just chit chat chat. Warranty up. But you're able to set off, get on the road. It is a rainy day today, so those of you who have cloaks that will protect you from such things are able to hunker down. Some people may try to buckle in and like take shifts on the cart where you can kind of cover yourself with something, but it is that persistent, like, just drizzle hanging in the air the whole day. It remains grey and dark and overcast all day. Those of us who live in parts of the world where this weather is common,
So
you
you're
know the kind
describing
of day I'm
Wales,
talking
yep.
about. Yeah. Scotland too, yep. Where any of you who have if you have aches and pains that are chronic injuries, things that are older joint issues, you're gonna be feeling them today. It's that kind of weather. But you are making some progress. The day is not going to be interesting, and given that movement at the moment along this road is somewhat unidirectional, because the vast majority of people are fleeing from the south, very few people are actively going towards it. You're not passed by many people. Occasionally there may be people who are on fairly quick business that have horses that have greater capabilities than the Jessicas. It doesn't sound like it should be true because the Jessicas are tanks, but you know, they're built for like distance, not necessarily for speed. But the next day is going to pass in a soggy way, and anyone who is dealing with less than pleasant emotions, it's not the kind of weather where these things will lift. But it will pass. You will have stops occasionally to rest the animals and also rest your feeties. Take some snacks so that you're eating little and often when you're doing long journeys, everyone. But is there anything in this following day that people would like to approach? Social scenes, things you want to go off and do, things you were pondering. What does this next day look like for you?
I don't need to do a scene, but I will say that, harking back to that conversation I had with Aiden, I will teach him archery. I will make that a thing each day.
Okay, yeah. He'll gladly take this lesson. He doesn't seem unhappy at how wet he's getting. He has a very decent cloak that is keeping a lot of him fairly dry. It's that sort of like waxed fabric that will provide a bit of waterproofing, but he is quite happily getting in there. Occasionally he like tries to blow like the hair that's now stuck to his forehead and like dripping water onto his face. He'll like push out the way to like better aim. He's not terrible. You'll be pleased to see that he's certainly not a beginner, but there's still obviously room to learn. He is still a youngin. I will roll and see how he does.
Yeah, I think Aranan's quite... she gives a lot of freedom with the lessons, so she'll teach him, you know, kind of... She'll let him, like, learn through his mistakes and just do small things, like she's holding an arrow and she'll just, like, pick his elbow up slightly with the arrow and that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a few clumsy mistakes today. He didn't roll super well. He starts to get frustrated with himself because I'm sure all of you can relate when you're trying to do something and you're not immediately awesome, especially when like new people that you've just met that you kind of want them to like think well of you and you're like fucking up and you're like, oh god, I promise I'm better than this. So he gets a little frustrated with himself about this. And eventually like he has a moment where you can see him like stopping and like quickly lowering the bow, and like that, it's like a tensing of the jaw. It's not really a lip quiver, but you can see that moment where like somebody whose, you know, brain is not yet fully developed in terms of emotional regulation, like wanting to have a little hissy fit and and just storm off and be very unhappy with himself. And he has like this moment where you see him like trying really hard. There's like concentration on his face as he's like trying not to do that in front of you.
I think Eranon does. She cuts the lesson short, not in a like in a very natural kind of way. It's like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
we've done
yeah.
really, really well today. We're gonna, because she knows it's not good to learn when you're hating on yourself. So yeah, she just reads into that and just that was really good. That was excellent effort. We're gonna leave it now because it's kind of wet and it's kind of hard to hold the arrows against your bow like this. So
It was not good.
well, look how wet it is, and I fire one at the target and purposefully kind of like do a relatively bad shot. It's so wet. We'll do this tomorrow.
Okay.
And you can just measure yourself each day, and you'll see.
Thank you for teaching me today. You can see that he's like forcing himself to still be polite about it, which in a lot of ways shows that he has been raised right, because 10-year-old boys can be very quick to a lot of emotions, and not all of them are raised in a way to like mind their manners. So even though it's like there's a lot of emotion behind him, he's feeling a big feeling, he like forces himself to say thank you to you anyway.
No, she's very impressed with it.
I'll help with cooking. I was good at that.
You're good at this too. Everything takes practice. You should have seen me when I was your age.
What did you look like when you were my age? Did you still paint your face?
No, not when I was your age. I was a mess. Leaves and twigs in my hair. Dirt on my face. I spent
Like-
most of my time looking like Oriana.
Like Oriana, yeah, I was gonna say. Is she doing that? Why does she do that?
Oriana is a very good hunter. And sometimes you have to look wild in order to stay hidden. You don't want those animals to be able to smell you coming.
So you make yourself smell like poo?
Well, look, let's not say that
Oh,
to Oriana, but
okay. I don't think she actually smells it, but like looks like she should smell. Like, sorry, that's rude. I don't mean it in a rude way. It's just, I know.
I understand. But yes, essentially, you're correct. And that's what I was like as a girl.
Yeah, but she was doing that when she was in the city, and there were no animals to be doing that for her.
I cleaned her up. She had, when she came to the castle, she was respectable.
True. Well,
We'll work on her. Maybe some of your good upbringing will rub off on her.
like soap should rub off on her.
Exactly.
Okay. I won't say that to her face, because I don't mean it in a mean way, and I worry that if like I ask her, it would seem like it is a mean way, but it's not mean. It's just.
I don't know.
I have come in muddy, and I have had nothing but, like bacteria. It's not good. You're gonna get sick, and
yeah.
I don't want her
But the
getting
more-
sick.
I think, she's built up a resistance if we're going to be going down this, like, medical route.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. The more time you spend with the bugs, the less they hurt you.
I think it's nice that you make up things to excuse it. I think it shows that you care about her.
I do care about her, but also, I was her. And
You used to put mud on your... Well, you said that when you were a kid. Did you do that when you were a grown-up?
kind of.
Can I do it as a grown-up? Could I do it now?
I kind of like I look to see where Bev is and what she's doing, and I'm just like, maybe Ariana and I will teach you one day if you want to, come hunting.
I think, well, it's really muddy right now.
It is, but I'm not sure how happy your mum would be if I covered you in mud right now.
We're
Especially as
going
we don't need to
hunting
go
so the
hunting.
animals don't smell us.
Yeah. What do you think she'd say?
I think she'd be like, good hunting, boy. Just like Oriana, I'm so proud.
Good Aiden hunting.
Yeah. I'll just be like, I just want to be like Oriana when I grow up.
Why don't we say I will work on your mum and see whether she's up for the idea, and then we'll do it.
Okay. I am going to be paying attention when it's raining to see if the mud washes off in case she's got like a secret tattoo she's hiding.
Okay. You let me know if she does.
Okay. I'm gonna go now. And you see him like going up the side of the car and like dipping down and then like seeing if anyone's looking at him and like meerkat bobbing down. Like he's trying to sneak up on her. Let's see. How's he doing? Can you sneak, little boy? Fucking hell yes he can. I rolled a 6, a 4, and a 4. That's very successful.
Just want to see.
You can roll a perception to see if you see him.
Okay.
I'd give him maybe like a 2 dexterity, so that's 16 you try to beat.
I have 17.
And okay, yeah. You
However,
see him,
I clock you, Ariana, there, and I'm like,
yeah.
I was like,
Like-
she would play along. Yeah.
He's doing a good job because it was just that one difference. You do see him because you're very perceptive, but the fact that he's managed to sneak up on you as well as he has before being seen, you're like,
It's surprising. Yeah.
fair enough.
I think. I don't
He's
know
doing
how.
eyes go wide eyed.
Yeah. I think like for some levity, I think she would. I don't know how good of an actress she would be necessarily at this, because she's been taught how to act a little bit, but not, probably not that proficient at it. I think she would do the whole like, and then like pill bug, like she did for Sunny, like
Yeah.
like don't judge me for this, and just
In the mud. Wow.
Yeah. And just reapply the mud because I'm assuming she was run off with all the rain, but yeah.
He'll pause a minute seeing you pill bugging away, and it means that like he can't do his sneaking up on you, but he's so impressed by the way that you did it. He's like, new skill I want to unlock.
Oh no. And I think Oriana would make just a little acting stink to Bev, just your son scared me, like that kind of thing. Ah, he's so stinky. Yeah.
He tries to hide from his mom. He thinks he'll get into trouble.
Mm-hmm. just a little, like you get
it. Yeah. Very good. All right. Hi Jill. Yes, they are being invited. Don't worry about it. He's learning excellent skills. So, yeah, you will eventually pull in somewhere to get a little bit of shelter. So there is an area that you see that you can pull off that has thicker canopy for the trees. It is not stopping the rain necessarily, but because it's that hazy misty kind and not heavy persistent kind, you're going to be getting dripped on but not rained on, and there is a difference to that. So you're able to start setting things up and at least get the tents up that they will have some waterproofing to them also, and get yourselves set up for another night. Into the evening, in terms of like cooking, he will absolutely be trying to help with cooking. Tries to like do it without needing to be shown the things that you taught him last time, Iranan, to be like, look how quick a learner I am.
I think I let him do an experiment. It's like, okay, what are we having today, Aiden? And like let Aiden like make up the, and I'll kind of like juggle and help, but essentially it's gonna be.
He thinks that like if you're trying to boil things in a water, he like instead of like he'll put the seasoning into the water, which like will flavor the water and it'll flavor the things that are in it a little bit, but you know it's watered down a bit. But he's throwing some things in and just trying it. I don't know how long you have to cook these things for though. But will you let me know when it's cooked?
Yeah, a little bit longer. I mean, some of those bugs you really don't get used to, so yeah.
Okay. I once ate something that hadn't been cooked properly and I got so sick.
It's not nice.
No.
Let's not make everyone sick.
That would be really awful in the woods.
Yeah, it would.
And then he's gonna go and like hand deliver the meal to everybody.
Oh wow! Thanks, bud. What do we
thank
call
you.
this?
It is reach stew.
Wow! Thank you.
Very nice of you. Thank you.
And it's reached you.
You're welcome. Yeah. You're good with words. I like that. We'll hand off to everybody else. And then sit and eat his
I
own.
think Oriana. Your mic on?
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, sorry. It's not picking up Pat, but I think Oriana, not in a mean way, but we'll start messing with him a little bit. And like if he's trying to deliver soup to her, we'll kind of like pop up behind him to like grab the bowl so it doesn't spill. But you know what I mean? Just for funsies.
Terrorize the kid.
No, just you know, this is how Oriana might teach him, like, hey, this is how you sneak her out a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a fun little running game. As long as it won't freak him out. If it freaks him out, of course you wouldn't do it, but you know.
No, he is down for many things.
Mhm.
He'll like I don't know if he's necessarily super perceptive yet.
Yeah.
So you sneaking on him is easier to do.
Well, and yeah, and I don't think she would try to be like, haha, you'll never beat me, kid. You know what I mean? But like just kind of like just a little
It's
bit above
playful.
the level
Yeah.
that he could perceive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll take him a couple times where like he keeps getting scared. He might even drop something and like look at you, and there's that moment where you're like, oh, did I upset the kid? And like, you know, when something happens to a child and you're like,
Is that too far?
You're like, at what point are we okay and they're not gonna start crying? And he looks at you and then just bursts out laughing. Picks it up, shakes his fist at you, goes away again.
I think she just will continue to pillbug because it made him laugh. You know what I mean? Like when kids love one thing, it makes them laugh a lot. You just
like,
keep
how
doing
do you
it.
do that? Is that why you're so muddy?
I mean,
Sorry, is that I don't
know. It's partly why, but honestly, I just find it fun.
rolling around.
I'll admit it was born out of anxiety first, but then it just became fun because it makes people laugh, right?
Yeah. I don't know that I can do it. How do you? You can see him like analyzing his own body. Like, how do I do this?
It definitely takes some flexibility.
So like a forward roll. He does a forward roll, which is essentially about as much as he can get.
Yeah,
And, like, stops and he's like, how do you keep? I'm just like, and like at 10, he's probably starting to get gangly. He's not necessarily tall, but had like mum for a woman is quite tall, and dad is definitely tall. So he's like, you can see him starting to like sprout a little. So because of the gangly legs, it's definitely like when you see a dog breed that's going to be a big dog breed, and they're in that puppy phase where their legs have grown out but nothing else has, and they're like, ooh.
And their paws are huge.
Yeah.
It'll get a little easier as you get older.
Yeah. Stops, looks himself, and he's like, oh, I am.
Oh. She'll kind of just pat.
I'm very muddy now. Wait, and then like just picks up, so because it's been raining, so like the mud here is dubby mud, so just picks him up and like smear in his face, and then look at you like challenging, like, I dare you to say anything to anyone.
I wouldn't say anything. In fact, you're an early riser, right?
Uh-huh.
Want to see about hunting?
Yeah.
Get some small game in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll have you be my lookout.
Okay. I will do my best.
You're gonna do great.
Okay. I'll still take my bow though, just in case.
Oh, yeah, of course. Just, point it away from us.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot, he says as he walks away. Sassy this voice.
Where did he go?
Okay, yeah.
Where did he go?
he like startles and then goes to like run behind a tree and like goes long behind the branch, like shuffle.
Oh no,
Tries to go behind another tree. Okay. So, night is had. It's not going to be the most comfortable. There is going to be a point at which through the evening that the rain will let up. The ground is still going to be damp. A lot of what you're wearing may still be damp, but at least you're not continuing to be rained on. So it's not the most comfortable of sleeps, but you're starting to recover a little bit from any, bumps and knocks that you guys took during the combat. Phelan, your head is feeling a little less sore now. Because listen, you may have healed those hit points, but you got right, rung your bell real bad.
Yeah, he's been recovering in the last 2 nights.
Bump on the head.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any conversations that people want to have, like in the evening, through the night, or just as morning is arriving? I know there's a few people that have flagged up certain things that they want to do conversationally.
Yeah. I'm gonna check on baby girl.
Mm-hmm. He's probably still by the campfire. He's reading one of the books he picked up. One on like plants and herbs and salves.
Hi, sport. That's your book.
Takes a moment. Does not react.
Phelan?
Huh?
Hey, bud. Sorry to bug you.
You're in my wrong ear.
Oh, sorry. Walks around the other side and then sits down. How you doing, sport?
All right. Reading up. Trying to separate the herbs I've gathered. Their uses.
Nice. How's that going?
Pretty well. If I get a few more materials, I should be able to make salves. For everyone.
That'd be awesome. Glad
Yeah,
it's going well for you.
Yeah. Just need to do a little bit more research.
Yeah. Your head doing okay? I feel like if I got knocked around like that, I'd have too much of a headache to read.
I mean, yeah, it's easing up now, but reading keeps me distracted.
Yeah. I'm real glad you're okay, by the way.
Me too.
That was scary.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's always scary. Haven't dealt with that in years.
You've dealt with it before?
When you are at Dalish, anytime you travel near roads and towns can be dangerous.
Fair enough. Look, I don't want to keep you from what you're doing.
It's all right. I
I
like the
just
company.
okay. All right then. Um, I did I did just want to ask maybe next time we get into a scrape, uh I just wanted to you can just stay behind me in situations like that, you know? Uh you're those like energy beam things. You got a little bit of reach on them, and I'm short enough. I'm pretty sure you could just shoot them over me and still be able to hit whatever you need to. I just
Yeah, no, I get it. Um, I don't want to be too far. I can't heal you guys if I'm too far away.
just stay right behind me. I can that way I can
Yeah.
I know you said something about the armor, something about mana flow, and I it it really kind of went over my head like a lot of things do, but um I can be armor for both of us. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. I know I'm not built for fighting, but I didn't mean to get in the way.
No, that's not. You weren't in the way. That's not what I was saying. I mean, you did great. Your our plan went off kind of the way we wanted it to. It was good. I never want to be so far away from you that I can't help you out.
Thank you. I'll stay close by behind next time. I'm going to
All right.
assume there's going to be a next time, unfortunately.
Probably, unfortunately.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm all right. Um, uh,
I don't mean to sound rude, but that wasn't very convincing.
no, I think I'm just trying to convince myself more than anything. Um, I would have preferred things not to have gone down like that, but I am glad that you are okay and that we are all okay. And I will be okay, I think, maybe with some time.
Mm.
Just trying to focus on the moving forward. Uh,
Sometimes my mom used to say that it's okay to not be okay. If
Mom sounds like a wise woman.
she was.
Oh, sorry.
Happened a while ago. It's okay. But she always said it was better to feel the emotions and things cause you and let them kind of flow through you. If you push them away, it's like a dam. They build up and overflow eventually. It can get very dangerous for us.
Damn, that's clever. I like that.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a great point. I'm putting on a brave face. Uh, I don't even know why. I don't know. It felt a little weird to be offering you my protection and whatnot, and then immediately go into. But no, I could barely sleep last night. Just I was just trying to seem cool. I do that a lot. I don't know if
You're
you've
always
noticed.
cool.
Well, thank you for falling for my outward persona of coolness. Honest, I don't heckin' know what I'm doing. People, I don't know how to people. I just make jokes and hope that people don't notice that I don't know what I'm doing at any
Eh.
given time.
I do the same, except my jokes don't tend to land as well as yours do. Or
Grew up a bunch of.
not great at jokes. Either.
I think your jokes are funny. I think a lot of time they don't land, sure, but I'm usually in the background laughing.
I
It
appreciate that.
just some people just don't deserve you. That's all.
You remind me a lot of her, of my mom.
Oh, hope that's a good thing.
She was a pretty great mom. Always looking out for everyone else, making sure everyone was okay.
Well,
You'd like her. You would have liked her.
sure I would have. She sounds like a wonderful woman.
Yeah. Thank you for checking up on me. I appreciate it.
Anytime, kiddo.
But whatever happens, I'll be there to help you.
Same.
You got Rainy to get back to, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I hope she's okay.
Well, if she's anything like you, which she is. Quite the spitfire.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. She could probably fight off an army of those things by herself.
Yeah. It's always very active. Kind of always just let her drag me around everywhere when I used to visit.
That's a real good word for it. I was always amazed you could keep up with her, you know?
It's okay. She's like my sister. She's probably still just dragging everyone around, you know?
Yeah. You got a sister?
Yeah, well, stepsister, but sister all the same.
Learn all kinds of things today. Shit.
Yeah. I hope they're doing well.
Me too.
But
Okay.
they should be away from all this anyway. Their
Hope
paths
so.
usually have them near or lay at this time.
Unlucky for them, but you know,
Yeah.
maybe good, better than down south for sure.
Better than dog spawn, at least. Not by much,
Yeah.
I hear.
Yeah. Or legions and darkspawn, both monsters in the shape of people.
They're weird. Or
Yeah.
legions with their masks, and I don't know. I find that the society really hard to understand because it's all like not true, and like reality is different. Like you can be someone if you have a mask, but you not really be the person. I heard once.
Huh.
I don't know. They have a thing with masks.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't know much about him other than the like Orlay jokes that I would hear, in the tavern. I don't actually know anything about them. I just know that they're popular to tease.
I don't
So
really know too much either. I know was never one to go into the cities when we traveled. I was always somebody else, someone better equipped for social interactions. But I don't know much about them either. They're just a little weird. It's all like they like to like not tell the truth a lot.
What's the point of that?
I don't know. It makes it harder
Sounds like
to understand people.
exactly. That's just cause confusion. I don't understand. There can't be a good reason for that, Like
Yeah.
just talking about stuff open honestly is like the only way to move forward with like life. Like
Yeah. Maybe I'm just really bad with lying. I don't know.
I mean, I've never, to my knowledge, been fooled by a lie of yours. I can't lie about that.
Yeah. I think I'm really good at not saying things, but not saying it's not the same as saying things that aren't true.
For sure.
That makes sense.
I don't think I'm good at either. I got too honest of a face.
Well, I'm sure someone else can take over that job.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's why there's 5 of us. We all got different stuff we're good at.
Yeah. Like I'm good at staying behind and shooting magic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you're good at knowing stuff about animals?
I do know more about animals than just bears, and they just keep coming up constantly just in case.
Yeah. I feel like traveling through the woods, bears are sort of like a good thing to be aware of, Like it's good to stay up to date with your bear facts when we might run into one.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty harmless if you don't bother them. I mean, if you gave me the option of being in the woods with a bear or a human man, I'd pick a bear.
Yeah, same.
But they're pretty neat. I knew someone. There was this random old person that we used to sometimes see in the woods, and they had a bear with them all the time. I got to pet it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. They have really fuzzy little ears.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's very fun to think about.
Yeah. Most animals are pretty good if you don't bother them too much. That's what I like about them. They're not, if they're aggressive or act aggressively, it's almost always for a very logical reason. They feel threatened.
Right.
They're protecting their family. They're trying to hunt to feed themselves. Animals don't tend to do things out of malice,
Yeah.
It's easier to be around them sometimes than people.
Yeah.
Except wasp. Well, I think they're.
Yeah, wasps can all die, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're like at least bees do something,
Yeah, like wasps
are just assholes.
They're just deadbeats, honestly.
Yeah. Did you know that
I won't hear it. I'll lecture you on wasps.
You know, sometimes when wasps attack bee hives, the bees will all attack the wasp by swarming it and forming a ball, and they shake their bodies till they reach a temperature that's high enough to kill the wasp inside and cook it alive.
What?
And it's like a temperature that's almost kills the bees because they can only take so much, but
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
That's so crazy. How did they figure out how to do that? They're bees.
Instincts, defense mechanisms.
Man, that's wow.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Just goes to show you the power of community action, you know?
Yeah.
That's wow. You know, for all us two-leg folk like to pretend we're fancy and so above all this stuff, but I really feel like most of the time when us being aggressive or acting out of acting bad or acting out of fear or whatnot, it's always there's always a reason for that too. You know, even people I have very little respect for, like selfish people who hoard power and whatnot, I really feel like most of the time they're just scared. Think they need to control everything because they don't trust that good things can happen to them if they trust others. You know, it's more complicated fears, but
I get
there's
that.
always a reason.
But I think us as humans and elves and dwarves and
Oh my.
mountain people, I feel like can get very dangerous when we act on fear, you know?
Oh yeah.
That's what my mother used to say sometimes, that humans, they feel threatened by something they don't know often. They fear what they
Yeah.
don't know. And
That's
I
true.
get that. But
I wonder
that
if
fear can drive people to be very aggressive.
it's true. Sometimes I wonder if they don't live very long. You know, I kind of wonder if they're just desperate to hold on to stuff because they know time's short. Not that that's an excuse, you know. Shorter time is, the better it is to fill that time with love instead of fear. But I don't know. Not everyone gets to get shown that.
Yeah. I suppose. But
Anywho,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry, I took the conversation somewhere that wasn't as fun as bees killing wasps with body heat.
hey, first off, you took the conversation there in the first place, and I am much the richer for it. But nah, I like talking to you, bud. You can talk about whatever you want.
It's okay. Do you want to help
I-
me separate some herbs?
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. And as the pair go off to get handy dandy with some herbs, we are going to take a break, everybody. We will be gone for about 10 minutes. In fact, it will be exactly 10 minutes to stretch our leggies and drink water and, yeah, just get ready for the second half. Recommend you do the same. Please do join us in 10 minutes' time, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ladies.
Ah!
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you're all doing well, and yeah, we had a good little break there. We're ready to dive back in again. We are still on the road. We have had some heart-to-hearts and lessons and emotions and pill bugging, and it's been great. Everyone getting muddy. We have 2 days ahead of you now to reach the initial big signpost of your destinations, of various things that your characters are want to achieve. The following day is drier, so you don't have to deal with any rain. Obviously the ground and probably still some of the things that you have and things that you're wearing will be a bit wet, but at least you don't have to worry about the heavy oppressive weather. It's cleared a little bit. The air has cleared. Just feels a little fresher now.
Or damp and moist.
A little, yeah. Soggy bottom, if you will.
I love me a good soggy bottom.
Oh, Bake Off reference. Okay. So
We're talking about desserts, guys. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Right.
On this first day, moving ahead after having had a sneak battle with Oriana, which he felt very clever about because he climbed onto one of the carts and covered himself with things and like waited until Oriana was close enough and then like was peering enough that it's just eyes poking up between the stuff and the cart, and like you walk past, and I'd like to think that although you do like you catch it, but there's a moment where you were not expecting
Oh no.
see these
Yeah,
eyes
if she just saw
receiving
eyes,
you. Yeah.
I think there's even a moment where she kind of like grabs and like not really, but you know
Yeah,
what I mean,
yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of flinches a little bit towards
Yeah.
the knife, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh okay, yeah.
And then you just like ducks down, and then it's like shaking as he's giggling underneath it.
Bev, he's doing it again. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
And then we'll like untangle himself from the stuff and then go hop off the cart, try to use the momentum to forward roll, tries to keep it going, almost gets a second one, is like, nah, I still can't get it. Stands up, is now stood in front of Kana, who was walking in this direction.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, bud.
It's alright. I was trying to perfect the drop and roll technique. I don't know what she calls it. You know, the like
Oh, the pill bug thing?
pill. Is that what? That makes sense.
I think so. That's what I call it.
You also notice that he's still got some like mud smears on his face, and like the things that he's wearing are a little dirty now. Okay. Good.
Got a little something on your. Do you mind if I?
It's so the deer don't sense me.
Ah,
Because I
understood.
handed that. Yeah.
You wouldn't
Well
know about
then.
Yeah.
Well
that's that's how it's the way hunters do it. At least
Indeed.
that's what I have been told.
Well, I won't fight a winning strategy for sure.
Do you go hunting?
Not very often. I'm not particularly good at it, personally. Bit loud.
Oh. I think I am too. I tried to be like the watcher for Oriana for a bit, and the things kept getting spooked. Like, I try really hard to be quiet, but it's like stewed on something, or you know, like you don't even have a cough, and I wasn't coughing all morning, and yet something just kind of sticks in my throat, and I feel a need to cough just when I'm having to be really quiet for the hunting.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially when you're all like heightened up, your throat can get real dry because your body's like using the moisture at other places.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's a thing, Torrin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah, I believe you.
yeah.
I'm pretty good at telling when adults are lying to me, so I know that you're not lying to me right now.
Oh, that's good. That's a good skill to have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you have that. It's gonna serve you well.
You're good friends with my mum.
Yeah, we're real close.
How long have you known her?
A little bit longer than just like right around the same time you were born. A little bit before then, I met her. Not that I knew about you, but about 10 years.
You didn't.
Pretty much right when I got to town, I met your mom, and we hit it right off.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I figure people weren't allowed to know about me.
Yeah, I think it might get your dad in trouble or something.
I guess.
Pretty stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think a lot of things with nobles is kind of has to be stupid.
Yeah. I mean, no offense by this, but I have always thought the whole nobility thing was overrated.
Yeah. Like, they're not actually more important than everyone else.
No, we're all just people, right?
Yeah.
No.
But there's definitely, like, if you have to make a decision about how things work on the land, it's better to have somebody who knows what they're talking about instead of just letting everybody have a say, maybe. Because some people are also... Because then nobody would agree on anything. How would you agree on anything?
That's true. Well, I don't know if I don't know if everyone will ever agree on everything, but I don't know, kind of like you said, have people who know what they're talking about. So, like, you know, if you're talking about something to do with farming, you let the farmers decide. Or if you have something that has to do with, I don't know, bridge repair, you let the stonemasons figure it out, you know. And
Yeah, I suppose.
I will admit there is something to be said for having some neutral party people can check in with about like resource distribution.
Yeah,
Just
I just
hard for me to trust that person's doing things.
surely the person that's like in charge, everyone should choose like that person. We trust that person. They should be the one in charge, and not just because you're related. Because not to be judgmental or mean or anything like that, but I have a sister who I don't think things would go very well for the Southreach if she's in charge, and she technically will become in charge when my dad dies, and that's stupid.
That, yeah, you know, that happens a lot. I think I am very pleasantly surprised that you have been raised around so much money and still have a good head on your shoulders and care about people and stuff. Like,
Well,
that is not always the case.
Yeah, I think my dad really didn't want me to turn out like her. I don't think it sounds bad to say. I don't think he likes her very much. I could be wrong. And the thing is, like, I don't... Yeah, and I don't want to say anything because I feel like people would give me a trouble for being mean, but you seem cool, so I don't think you'd tell me off of that.
First off, thank you. Second off, nah. I'll keep whatever secrets you want. I'm not gonna tattletale.
She
Snitches
keeps
get
buying
stitches.
new puppies every week, and we don't know what
Every
she does
week?
with the other puppies. Yeah, there's just always a dog that she's bought in, and it's a new one, and I don't know where the other ones go, and that's why Dad said I can't get a dog because I think he's just a little bit... I can't remember the word somebody used about it, but makes his eye get a little twitchy.
Yeah, that's probably not good. Whatever's going on there.
She's
She's
really
probably
mean.
just losing him. She's probably just really irresponsible.
Probably, but she's really mean to me as well. Because, like, she knows. Most people
Sorry,
just think
bud.
I'm a ward of him and that it's... Anyway. Do you
Sorry,
have
gotta
kids?
deal with that.
Oh, yeah. well,
Yeah.
I gotta deal with
got a
that, but I
dog.
get, like, you know, nice meals and live in a big house, so I guess I can't really complain about it. So.
Hey, everybody's got their stuff, you know. Everyone's got problems. Doesn't make them more or less important than anyone else's. It's just your story, you know.
Yeah. So you said you have a kid?
Yeah. Her name's Coraine.
Corinne.
About your age. Not quite your height, but same age. Yeah, she's a little.
Oh, good. Sorry. Wow, that took me longer than it really should have there.
It's all right.
Has a moment of like looking like.
No, that's fine. I'm glad you don't see race.
Yeah.
But
Where
yeah,
is she?
She's in Kirkwall. That's where we're, well, at least where I'm headed. Eventually, she's up with her dad.
Oh,
He
like
lives up
like
there.
me.
Well, I usually, she usually stays with me. There's a holiday, that, you know, it was his turn to get her for the holiday, and I just sort of, you know, as much as I hate to admit it, it's good for her to have touch with the rest of the family. So,
Do you think? And he like actually looks around a little bit to see where Bev is. Make sure she's not nearby. Do you think maybe I'll get to stay with her when it's a holiday?
I don't know. I don't know really the details of y'all's situation, but what I do know, just from the short time I've seen Bev around you, is that she cares a lot about you. I'm sure she wishes she could spend more time with you.
I miss her. I haven't really had too many times where I've been with her over the years, but it always made me sad.
Yeah, I bet.
But I don't know. I didn't want to bring it up with Dad because when I do, he just kind of looks sad as well. I don't want to make him sad.
Well, you know, my mom once told me that the good thing about sadness, you know, it doesn't feel like a very fun or good thing, but good thing about sadness is it brings us together with either other people that are sad or people that love us and want us to be, you know, happy. I would try maybe thinking about it not like you're making your dad sad by talking about it, but that it's a thing you both are sad about, and maybe you could be sad about it together instead of being sad about it quietly on your own, because that's no fun.
Yeah. You must be feeling pretty sad too, then.
Yeah. And I'm a little scared more. I really don't know I really hope my Rainy's okay. And I'm scared that she's not.
I hope so too. She's not with the dwarves under the ground, is she?
No, no, my family, we've been on the surface for a couple generations now.
Okay. Cause like during the last light, cause well, learned about this in. I'm starting to realize that when I say I don't like learning history, I've spoken an awful lot over the past few days about things in history that I do actually know about. Maybe I pay attention more than I think. But it didn't just stick to one nation. They were coming up from under the ground all over Thedas, so
Yeah, used to be a lot more cities than just Orgrimmar under there.
oh. Well, I just hope it doesn't go to Kirkwall.
Yeah, me too. It's one of the reasons why I'm so anxious to get there. You know, I haven't.
How are you-
Hopefully, there'll be a raven waiting for us in Denerim, because I just wanna.
Yeah,
I just wanna know.
yeah. Wow. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yeah, and hey, yeah, don't take on my worry onto you. You know, you got your own stuff to worry about.
I think given the light of everything that's going on, we should all be a little bit worried though.
I mean, definitely. Yeah, this is a lot.
It's healthy to be worried about this because it's not like a phobia. I learned the difference between a phobia and a fear, and this is like a proper fear because it's not
Perfectly rational, yeah.
Yeah, rash. That's the word. It's not. So like, it's okay to be scared about this. Because it would
Yeah.
be strange if someone wasn't.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Well. Yep.
I'll tell you what.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go talk to your mom, keep her distracted.
Okay.
I think you know what I'm thinking. Yeah. All right. You got this.
Okay. He's got, because ADHD, you were like, I think you got this, and he thought of like 4 options, and it's like, I'm excited about all 4.
Uh-huh. I'll leave it up to him.
Yeah. Thank you for the talk.
Yeah, anytime. Seriously.
I was told that when I get, like, if you get scared about something, you should sing a nonsense song, because then it'll make you kind of laugh, and then if you're laughing, you're not going to be feeling quite so sad.
I like that.
Although some people, when they try to sing, they're not very good at singing, I guess. And it just like wanders off muttering to himself. And then it's like, oh, I'm doing something. Goes, muddies up his face and goes to like run off and sneak.
Goes to talk to Bev about how good and wholesome her kid is.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Okay. So, that day will pass. Drier. By the time you do eventually get to your spot for rest, it is more comfortable. You've definitely dried off through the day because just general body heat can help with that. And you know, you can do the usual. I think each of you are now falling into a bit of a pattern about who does what when you camp up. Who's helping with food, who's helping with shelter, who's helping with resources, who's keeping an eye on Aiden. But you fall into good patterns. And that next day, certainly for people who know these roads, you will note that you will be arriving in Denerim, or at least those outskirts, and a choice about how you want to approach the end of your day, by evening time. And so you're seeing evidence of people who have perhaps fully started to camp out. You can see not on the road itself and where people would naturally try to set camp when they're traveling, because you want to stay close enough to the road that you're not having to like hike your way back, especially if you've got carts. But like a decent ways away, you can actually see several tents, and things look a little more not permanent, but hunkering down for the time being, and a slightly longer term than just one night, certainly. You can see a few of those popping up. And there is going to come a point, because you naturally have to start to decline in your geography towards the coastline. You see, first of all, the evidence of coastline in front of you, especially because it's quite a clear day, and just over the next lip of a horizon, you start to see the sprawl of a really quite large city, certainly by Ferelden standards. You can see the city of Denerim. You're still probably a good 3 hours away, but you can see it now. I'm sure a lot of you have mixed feelings.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oriana's been very much, posted up in front, keeping, head on a swivel. And she kind of just stops and is looking down at it while they catch up. What time of day is it?
It is probably about 4 or 5 o'clock ish. That sort of pre-evening time.
So it's
it is. It's certainly, you're in the second half of the day, and you know that the time it would take if you were just doing a straight shoot with aims of getting to Denerim as soon as you can, it would be evening by the time you get there.
Okay. Are we setting up campish time?
That's something you need to decide, because
yeah.
Ordinarily, if this was just that's where we need to be and where we need to go, a lot of parties will choose to like push on to make it there for the evening.
Going.
But that is something that perhaps you would want to discuss with one another.
Are you heading back from your scouting towards us then, Oriana? Is that what you're...
I think she actually even just stopped in her tracks and was waiting for you to catch up. Yeah. I don't think she's moved. She's just kind of staring at the city. Yeah.
I think Emma's right. I think the natural tendency when you see a destination like that is like pick up the pace, and Ranon is like looking for ways to slow the pace down. And I think when she sees you, she'll come up to you and she'll say like, "I've got roots and herbs, but there's no meat for the pot tonight."
Yeah. She says like a little too loud. I was actually thinking, because there's so many people on the roads, like points to the other people, just Denerim probably won't have a lot of resources for people flooding in, so we might want to camp and restock ourselves before going in.
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's going to be late and dark by the time we get there, and anyway.
Am I helping to hunt?
Why are you so loud?
Aiden.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe, but also I think you, with all these people around, you should really stay close to one of us, okay?
Okay.
And I think she even is he on his horse?
Mm-hmm.
I think Oriana even goes up and kind of just doesn't touch him, but her little mousy hand thing when she's trying to talk serious to someone, grabs onto the saddle and just, Aiden, you know the thing we're not supposed to tell people? About your father.
The inside thoughts. Oh, the father. Yeah.
Well, Aiden, he's like, which one?
I know. I was like, there's so many, and that's why she's like, shit. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There are a lot of people here, and they hear things or they speculate. So that's why I think you should be safer, and be more safe about it, and stay close to maybe your mom while
I'm
we're
not
going closer.
gonna talk about my dad while we're
No, no.
hunting.
No, no, that's not what I mean. I
Oh,
mean
the deers know about it.
now they all know.
They know secrets.
No. What
Okay.
I'm saying, and I'm being honest with you. People might recognize you, or they might, like, these are all from people from Southreach, Lothering, everywhere around. I'm just saying, be safer.
I need to put mud on my face. Is what we're going with.
And I think like a really like just devious look on Orion's face.
I think the two of us look at each other and just
It's that Grinch smile.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I mean, if you want to.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll. Yep. Okay. Okay. Does it
And-
need to be stinky?
No, of course not.
Okay. I have an issue with things that smell like.
Totally understand.
Okay.
And in fact, deer and, you know, all the other animals, they smell way, like, their sense of smell is way better than ours. So no, it doesn't have to be sneaky to our level.
Okay. All right. Come on, Meg. Goes to like lead Meg off the road.
Not Meg! But yeah, just trying to make sure, like, with all these people around, just in case someone might notice him.
Sure, you've
Yeah.
distracted him enough. He's forgotten about the hunting.
I win. And as it kind of gets darker, Ariana, and you definitely get like if you lock eyes with Oriana, she gives you that super anxious look that she had when we were going to go meet the Jarl.
I think Aranan, I'm imagining like Aiden's kind of like just a few steps ahead of us, probably chattering, kind of like wildly pointing out everything. Yeah, rubbing. I give him my pouch of like the dry dung because it doesn't smell, and that's why she uses it, because the animals can smell it, but you know, humans can't. It's like, you know.
I think
And I don't
Ariana
say
even just like put her finger in it, just like it's safe. Alright, sorry, go ahead.
I don't say anything to you, but I just return the look in a kind of like, you know, whenever you're ready.
If everyone's fine with that, you know, maybe we stop here, and we might have to go deeper into the forest with everyone here because it's so loud. But we can get some food so we don't have to worry about fighting for it in Denerim. And she says that's it to everybody.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I can see Bev nodding.
Okay. And sorry for yelling earlier. I just want to make sure you could hear me over the.
Oh no, you weren't yelling. I'm just used to you talking at a certain tone, and it was really like weird that you were talking at a higher tone when you usually don't.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you don't have to apologize. I just because this one doesn't work. This one's like, you know,
Yeah.
sensitive. Not a
I
bad
don't know
thing.
why, but I think Oriana is overwhelmed, just wants to hug you for a second. I'm
Oh,
just gonna listen to the character. She's gonna hug you.
oh. Just hugs. And just kind of pats your back and just starts rubbing circles on it. Because that's what his mom used to do, like his parents used to do to him.
Yeah, you just get like one of those sighs, you know, like when you're confident, you just like
I
a little
think-
like relief.
Eventually, like, just Phelan just relaxes and just leans into the hug.
I'll make sure I get good food.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. I
I
think I'm just
believe
relieved that we're to a safe place.
I believe that if what happened a few nights ago didn't happen. we killed some people.
I know, I was gonna say, I'm like, is it because we killed people? Okay, just making sure. Like, what did we do?
She's just whispering in your ear as you hug. We killed some people.
We killed people.
Remember when we killed people?
Yeah. I'd like to think that, like, if Oriana and Aranan are, like, waiting for a moment to dip, you're just gonna, like, clock into the sound of Aiden screeching for you, and then, like, doing it quieter, realizing, oh, right, we're meant to be being subtle. I'll be like, I feel like I've picked some things to put in my hair, and I don't know if any of them will make me itchy. Can you help? Holds up some plants.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
You and just, well, we can
I'm
talk
gonna
about
make
it.
sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna go make sure he didn't pick up poison oak.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck. Ronan, shall we hunt?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Under the guise of going deep into the forest because there's so many people.
Yeah. You're like, maybe we need to, like, try and slip away from people, and you go, oh boy, this one tingles!
You know,
Providing
know
some
that-
cover.
Yeah.
like,
You just hear a loud sigh from Phelan. Getting out other herbs to help.
Can I just say that
Fertile-
as y'all are walking off, can I just be like, see y'all in a sec.
pulls out arrow. No, I'm just kidding. Stunted second. No, I'm kidding.
Lightning attack.
Get a fire going for us, Canal.
Yeah, I got you.
And as they're walking away, I think you kind of just hear Oriana talking to Arana, like, I know he was worried about like mud, but I would be way more worried about plants.
Yeah, I think he was more worried about who.
Yeah, but even then, like, plants, they can look like each other, and you're like, oh, this is safe, and then you're itchy or like throw up. You know, anyway, okay.
I think he's learning that lesson right at this moment.
Bev is going to kill us after this. She's just
Yes, she
gonna be
is.
so mad.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
I thought we were doing well.
Yeah, you ever felt that paddle?
No. Trust me, I try to stay out of the way of flying laundry bags or that paddle, okay?
Hey, Oriana, why don't you just lead the hunt for 3 seconds while I kill a small little mammal down here? I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay.
A little stinker.
Man.
I will say,
Yeah.
Oriana. Oh.
Sorry. Who cares?
Ow! Ow!
You got little rye.
Love it.
Sorry.
Okay, before we lose all light and get in total darkness, just right at the edge of the light, Oriana will just look at you and just look. Ultimately, I want to make sure they all get there, okay? And I'm to Denerim, but she gotta like breathe deep a couple times to like gear herself up for it. Look, there's a reason I have to be really careful about going back. And she reaches in her pocket to a crumpled note that she hid from Kana. And and just hands it to you. I don't think she even says anything. I think she just hands it to you. And it is a wanted
Ran
poster
takes
with
the
her
note.
face on it.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
With your
Mhm.
face
No,
on
go
it. Yeah, I take it. I kind of look at you before I look at it. Like, okay. Uncrumple it. Okay.
Okay, it might be technically true, that I stole things. But it was for a good reason. And the
You
whole
don't need
escape part is true.
you don't need to justify yourself to me.
But it's important. I am the ward. What's the ward? Of a semi-powerful merchant in Denerim.
Okay. That explains.
Yeah, that's why that exists. I don't think he's going to be. Look, okay, I didn't think he was going to be that aggressive about it.
Okay. First things first. Do I know the family?
I don't know. His last name is Calden, Bryce Calden.
Yeah. Do I know the family?
Probably. How familiar are you with the nobles of Denerim? Not just like individual people, but like generally how the political structure works.
I'm gonna say probably not a little bit, but not hugely. She is like high class in some of her work, but I don't know whether that really translates into kind of knowing the full sort of like
Yeah.
politics and hierarchy, so maybe not.
You've maybe heard the name before. Not necessarily a huge amount of detail, but I'm happy to let you roll for it and we can let the dice decide. You would be looking at it would be within cunning.
Natural law then, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So probably just a straight cunning because it would take heraldry, maybe some cultural lore, probably cultural. 11, yeah, you know what? 11 is tracks with what I said. You have likely heard the name mentioned, but not necessarily the full details of like who they are, their history, who's involved. Just that it is one of the names from a noble household within Denerim.
Okay, I'll look back at you. How much do you want to tell me? Because I'll listen to anything. I want to help you, and the only way I can help you is if I know what's what.
Yeah. And you see her picking off the dried mud, like on her arms in a very anxious way. Just, it's not like he's a really bad man or anything, but I mean, he lied. 10 years ago, he told my mother and I that he had no children. He wanted a ward to help him, carry on things. You know how they like to hold on to their wealth. Promised me I'd get to learn and read more books and things like that. And then I could stay in contact with my mother the whole time. And that was true. Yeah, for a few years. And then he told me that she was too busy and couldn't write back anymore. Anyway, what really prompted? She points to the note to that. I found out he was trying to influence and make plans in Toralay. He wanted me to be another trading piece. So I ran. And I mean, I did, okay, technically, again, I did steal things, but it was just, it was just
Plus,
a
you
rusty
stole
knife.
things.
Yeah, I stole a rusty knife, a lead roper, and some drapes. And beat up armor. That's it. I didn't even take any of his money.
What you did has got nothing to do with anything other than the fact that a powerful man is using his influence to try and
Yeah.
get you back under his control.
Don't get me wrong, I'm more mad about the not talking to my mom part. But
that's
anyway,
a lie, you know that.
Yeah, and I don't know what he's I don't know what he's gonna try to do with that missing poster, okay? I imagine he just wants his puzzle or his bargaining chip back. But
When was
And-
this?
a few months ago.
Okay. She kind of waves the note at you. Who else knows about this?
No one. Well, not here. No one. I honestly I know that the rest need to know. And I think she pulls a little more at the dried mud. Like, she's like,
Yeah,
I know that I
reach a
need to
hand out.
know something.
They don't. No one needs to know anything until you're ready.
Look, I'm just the whole thing about I was talking about Phelan being a mage and an elf, and then with Aiden being the son of an Arl. I mean, we're all three targets for different reasons. Not trying to add to the problem, but yeah. I just want to make sure they get to the city okay and that I don't get caught.
I'm not going to let that happen. Thank you for trusting me with this for a start.
Yeah, I just knew you wouldn't tell everyone.
We don't need to be in the city for very long, and I'm pretty good with disguises. I can hide you up enough for a day or two or however long.
Yeah.
And then we can get gone like we said.
Yeah. Resupply and just make sure they're okay. I do have a favor. More than a favor I've already asked, but do you think you could fix my hair before we go to Pinstow?
I can absolutely fix your hair.
Thank you. Because I think if you look at the missing wanted poster, like I think you were one of the only ones that saw when she had like no dirt and things on her face earlier, but in that same picture, of course, it's like that. And she has just a long braid that goes, down the side.
We talking something drastic here?
I mean, not this. She like grabs the sideways mullet that's just raggedy and gross and muddy. Yeah. I mean, at least even it out a little bit.
If we are going to disguise you before we get down to Denerim, we'll have to have some kind of reason for doing so. The others will be asking questions.
They won't
If not
let
the
in
others,
a
then Aiden.
gross. Yeah, They won't let in a gross city urchin to Denerim.
Fair enough. Although I think we both know that's not true.
Yeah.
See
Aiden's
this
pretty
baby?
perceptive.
Can fit so many urchins.
Just like on the side of the cart. Anyway, thank you.
Listen, I know we joke about the whole sister thing, but I may have lost a sister, and I couldn't have wished for. I'm not saying you've replaced her exactly, but you feel like my sister to me.
I think you just get a hug. It's just basically tackles you a little bit.
You know, we do need to actually catch something for the pot, though.
You just get a real tight squeeze in a second. Yeah.
I relent. Hug you back.
I've never had a sister before, but be nice to have one.
If I can, Emma, stick a little bit of imaginary lore in here. I hear a kind of like the cry of a bird of prey. Can look up and see like a black hawk circling. Oh, they never come this far north. So I dread to think what's happening in the wilds.
Yeah. For a very small silver lining. Means they found something. Right?
Right. I think Arana looks like she wants to say more, but does a very kind of obvious. Okay. Well, let's get a hunting.
I think you just get a hand on your shoulder. Just a real quick squeeze. We got plenty of time to chat later, okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go impress Aiden.
Aaron, I think if anything, your little omen in the sky is perhaps reminding you that there's a lot of things going on. A lot of things for this group, a lot of things for each of you individually, but it's just reminding you of the impending threat that is at your heels. Can't help but wonder if all the people back there in Southreach, knowing that they were needing to evacuate the way that the people of Lothering should have evacuated.
Yeah.
I'm wondering just how much loss there is behind you. While you guys are out hunting, Ariana, can you give me your perception roll? You can use either searching or sight. It is a visual thing.
Indeedy. Perception.
While Ariana is doing that roll, just because my accent isn't the best, I over the last maybe like week, as we have gone hunting together, it's something that Aranan has never done with anyone who isn't chastened. But she's been slipping more and more into her accent in the woods, and then kind of puts on the Ferelden RP when they get back into camp.
Yeah.
I think you... Because Morgana's fairly perceptive. She knows a couple of languages. I think you kind of just get smiles. She's starting to feel far more comfortable with you.
Mm-hmm.
My perception was an 18.
Hell yeah. So you're out away from the camp line. You tend to have to go far away, especially once there's a fire. Some animals might be drawn towards a camp, but not many, given that there's often people there who want to hunt them. So you have to travel a little bit. And as you're doing so, you're maybe curving a little north rather than going towards the river, just going slightly further up. And you spot something in the distance that you catch because, as I said, it's a clearer night tonight, so you can actually see the moon, and it's fairly full at the moment, so there's that cool light over everything, and you can see the moonlight glinting over something metallic, and it's just like on top of a little ridge. You'd maybe have to like clamber a little bit to get up there, but it's getting darker now, but
yeah, I'll lock eyes with Iranan and just, kind of silently motion.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I gotta go look at it, right? And so yes, Oriana will, if she needs to sneak, even though it's open area, so probably not, but go check it out.
Would we naturally be cautious in this kind of situation? It's not to suggest that we immediately think there's some kind of threat, but we are out hunting, something metallic at night.
Well, and we're near Denerim. I feel
exactly. I feel like bows are already out because we're hunting. I think we probably do drop into a bit of a stoop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just to be mindful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to make you roll for them. You're both good at this. And the fact that it's cover of darkness gives you advantage to that. So you're able to drop down a little lower, lowering the center of gravity, soft footfalls. Again, you have to clamber a little bit. There's a section where it's a slightly precarious because it has been wet, although it hasn't been raining. The mud is soft, so you find the rockier outcroppings to actually get up, and you reach it's like a little construction here, definitely made of metal. I would ask for cultural lore. It's in cunning. Oriana, I am going to give you the +2 to this because although there isn't technically focus for this, I love sneaky archers. It's my favorite.
9.
Cunning, did you
Just
say?
3 stump points matter.
I'll just roll natural law because it builds the 2 into it.
No, you don't get the +2. That's just
I don't
Oriana.
Get the +2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought
unfortunately,
yeah.
I rolled snake eyes.
Yeah.
Let's take 2 away from that. That's 13 and 6.
Is there a luck ability?
There's not, but I'm feeling generous. So, what I'll say is instead of adding the +2, I'll let you roll with advantage.
Yes, please.
So
Dice
you'll have to roll high because you
nice
don't
to
get your
me.
+2.
That's slightly better at 11.
With 3 stun, I suppose. 3 is it's a basic pass. You're not sure exactly what it is, but you can tell that it is a contraption, and it looks like there's something for you to hold and spin if you were feeling brave out here at night with an odd thing. So you can see that there's something to like do with it. As to exactly what its purpose is, you're not sure.
Have I seen it before, being from around this area? Like this is new.
What
versus...
the conning roll was for. Yeah, and not necessarily.
I see.
No. It's one of those things where like, there are various things. It's not down on the road. You guys have come away from the natural area where it's camping. You've come away from the roads. You're in the wilderness, and where you were able to see it up on up on
Gotcha.
this little outcropping here.
Okay.
Was I able to make a cunning roll at all? Or was it? Is it something only that
You've
Oriana
maybe
notices?
seen some of them before. Not many. And given your general walking pattern, you might have seen things like this in the past. But it's like, if you imagine, you know, sometimes you'll get certain constructed stone things on the top of mountainsides in the UK, and we know that it's like, you know, it's signifying that these are viewpoints and what have you. Like, we know that there's a purpose to it. We've seen things around about, but the exactly how to, you've never come up to one to like maneuver it before, but you have seen that there's more, that there are other things like this in usually in the wilderness. It's not in build up areas, and it's not along actual roads. You've maybe seen 2 or 3 things like this before.
Okay.
So the pair of you are aware that not necessarily anything benevolent, like benevolent? No, the other way. Malevolent. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you're not getting bad vibes, either of you. And I would say that Iran and you, with your role, are able to see that it's clearly something that can be moved. You know, like there's 2 little handle things, and you can see grooves in the metal that would suggest that you can kind of twist it.
Exchange glances with Yoriana as we approach. I think we're both relax slightly if we think it's not like dangerous as such, and then I'll point out the handles and kind of give you that look. It's like, should we see what this does?
I mean, there's a little bit of a mischievous part of Oriana that's just like, I mean,
So every time the rogues get together, it's kind of like, what does this do?
Rogues are gonna rogue.
Hi, I present to my rogues a red button.
Yeah. You take that side.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to take both of us, but we might as well try.
Yeah. It's a little stiff. The kind of cooler temperatures that have been is affecting the fact that this is metal, and it's maybe not been used like this in a long time. But eventually you can feel that there's a little give, and then a little more, and then if we give it a good shove, the pair of you can give it a good push. Not a good tug, but that would have been funnier. And
More on
as you do it, it's like it slides 2 sections of metal away from themselves and then into the recesses, and opens up a section underneath it, and you can see little dots lighting up. It's like magic. It's a cool minty kind of blue almost.
I don't know if Oriana would know what that is. Dang it!
I think, well, not necessarily what the device is, but the dots, we have established that you have a special interest, and I would argue that everyone in this call understands when you have a special interest. I'll tell you a little quip about this that will back this up. Was doing an escape room with some friends, and I had, like many of us had, an ancient Egypt phase when I was younger, and part of this escape room was ancient Egypt themed. It was a bit Indiana Jones, and the puzzle was that some people had to be on one side of the room calling out clues of like, so this goddess has how many reeds in her hand, and it was giving you number codes, and as they were calling out the names, I was already telling them what it was, and I saw someone just put their hand up and be like, how do you already know what their names are? And I was like, don't ask.
That's a conversation for after we escape.
That is deep lore of mine. That is the deep cut. That is So yeah, it's like when people are like, oh, we're tapping into something that's running deep in those veins for sure. So yeah, I would say you kind of look at it and you're a little confused at first, but you know, because you know what the night sky looks like. Yeah. And so you would recognize, like, I know how to recognize Calliope in the sky, you know, like you, because you know the.
I think we've both been brought up under skies, right?
Yes, absolutely.
These stars?
Ronan. Yes.
This is incredible.
Can I use it?
Yes.
Can I try?
You can see that you know that it goes by one specific name, the way that these dots are, and you can basically use, it's got like a little dial, and you use that to create, like, draw the lines over where these dots are, and it does sort of like light up the different sections as you're going. You're like, oh my god, it's like a fancy etch-a-sketch. Woo. This is the shape of what Equinor looks like in the sky, and Equinor is the stallion. You're able to kind of, maybe it takes you like the first go and you're like, oh wait, no, it's not that other one, because there's the few, like, you know, red herrings out there to treat, and you're like, oh no, wait, I know, yeah, there we go.
There's a constellation of the red herring.
Red herring. What I would ask is that can the pair of you, you know what, I'm not even going to make you roll for this. I think I'm just going to give you the information and tell you that both of you know different sides to this constellation.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the constellations have different stories attached to them. I'm not going to say this like I'm teaching Torin something. But for everyone else. A lot of them, like many periods in history of any kind of country, when you've had colonialism and the original culture has been washed over by the colonizer. So Equinor is how the Tevinter Imperium would recognize it, because they came through and sort of changed up what a lot of these things were, and they took things that were deep symbols for other cultures that lived in the area, other stories that attached to the stars and the skies. And so I would say that Oriana, you know that this one is the stallion, and that sometimes it's depicted like a rearing horse, sometimes you can draw the dots and it looks like a seated griffin, which is probably you're like, I prefer the griffin to the horse.
Yes.
But Iranin, you know that there's actually two other cultures that sort of challenged and overwrote one another. Because horses are significant to the Nerimanian, who were human tribes, but they were human tribes that eventually became Tevinter. And so they do want to see it as a horse, but you also know that it was originally depicted as a Hala, who are the white deer-like creatures that are sacred to the elves. And it represents their goddess Gillinan, who was like the mother of the Hala. So the two of you are sitting there probably smiling at this in a, like, I understand different things about what this is. Like, I know what this constellation is, and some of the stories attaching to it, and the way that despite the fact that the stars don't change and they still represent the same shape, different cultures, different eyes, different stories can overwrite one another, and layer into complex culture of a country.
Maybe Oriana, is like we both murmur at the same time. You said, you murmur Equinor as I murmur Halar or something. We just both look at each other like,
That's Gillinan. Yeah.
And there's definitely just a huge smile on her face. An absolute 180 from the, anxiety mud picking that happened before. Just,
I think Phelan should see this.
oh, and definitely Aiden. I think they would really like it. Yeah.
What's it doing here?
I honestly don't know. I've vaguely heard of these before, where you can, draw constellation patterns on it, but I've never seen one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. And then I think she would even ask you to like tell her the different versions of this constellation story, because she knows, the the Tevinter more so one, but like and then I think she'd even tell you, like, I told Kanal this earlier, but when my mother taught me how to hunt a long time ago, we would make up stories about the constellations while we were camping out at night. It's fun.
Yeah, a similar thing. I wonder if it's just a way to learn. We all have the same canvas up there, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy to think how it's been around for so long.
Nice to see you smile.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think there's even like a little skip in her step. Like, yeah, this is nice. If we get a chance, when we evacuate my mom, I'll have to show her this. I think she'd like it.
Yeah, I think Aranon's kind of like making a mental note, how to get back here, kind of thing. Looking at.
You can see from, because you're at a higher vantage point, so you can see the city from here. See a couple things that would help you triangulate naturally, because the two of you are familiar with how to know your surroundings using things like that. So you're pretty confident you'd find this again. And maybe there's just that moment of, I'm pretty sure I've seen another thing like this in a certain location, usually hard to reach. And now you know what it is. Maybe it just makes you excited to explore a little. Find some more. But eventually you're able to head back. You will have your animals and those who
So
were
we come
in
back
the
with
camp.
like one rabbit.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
And it's like the sad one that's all skinny,
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
oh my
buddy.
god, ages. How did it?
It was actually really hard to find something, fortunately.
There is a blight on right now,
Yeah, well, thanks for trying.
Yeah.
I found some eggs.
Where?
What?
I didn't take them though because like I wanted to check because I found a net like the type of nest that's on the ground, and I was like, oh look at that, oh that's eggs, like we could have eggs, and then I was like, but wait, those could be baby birds. So I don't know how you all feel about eggs.
Could be snake eggs.
They could be
I feel
skylarks.
like
Like bad snakes?
delicious.
There's no such thing as a bad snake.
Some
Just
snakes
snakes.
bite you.
And self
Like, and they're really fast, so you can. Okay, fine. I was near its
Some
eggs.
humans bite you.
And
What?
Yeah.
okay. She gets down in front of Aiden and is just like, well, usually snake eggs are a lot smaller, so sometimes you can tell with that. It may not be snake eggs. Do you want me to go look?
Yes, please. Can
I'll
we?
go
How
look.
is there something you can do to like scare off a snake?
Usually making a lot of noise and just giving it a wide berth.
If you need to, you could also
You can't see
just-
where it is. How do you give it? Sorry.
It's okay. And
Yeah.
also, what you can do, see, you're on a horse, so you don't really have to worry about it, right? But
No, I'm on a horse right now. But yeah.
no, I mean when you're on
What
the
if it
road,
bites the horse? Oh, God.
you can also use like a walking stick or whatever you have, and if there's piles of leaves and stuff, poke around first. That way you
Before
have
you step
distance.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Some snakes don't want to chase you.
They really don't. They're just trying to live their life, really.
Yeah.
Well,
It'll be okay.
it doesn't make me feel any less scared.
Okay. I tried.
I understand.
Well-
It's scary,
That's
but
completely valid.
you know,
Why don't you stay
like-
here by the fire while
Exactly.
someone
No, I
else
have to
checks
show
out
you
the
where
eggs?
the eggs are. Can I point
Just
where
you-
the eggs are?
Yes, go ahead
Yeah.
and point. I can
Over
go look.
there.
Okay. And Oriana just immediately
Past the
look.
big bush. Oh, it's dark there. It's past the big bush over there.
Okay. You have the glowstone. It's gonna be okay.
Does that scare snakes? Sits down on the cart, cross-legged, holding.
Yeah, I'd say yes. Aiden knows when you're lying.
I didn't think snakes would be such a sore subject. I'm sorry.
I'm gone. I can't say anything. Go look at the eggs.
Yeah, you can go have a little. It's a little hard to see at this point because it is starting to get dark. You have moonlight. Maybe you could take the second glowstone out just to kind of help. Eventually you will see a nest that is in amongst some scrub. Definitely a bird's eggs. So you reckon that they're definitely not snake eggs. It's up to you whether you want to take them or not.
Oh, I'm probably going
There's
to
like
leave them.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, couldn't find them. Fair
But,
enough.
well, I will tell him, like, just
Uh-huh.
because I think because he's so damn perceptive,
Uh-huh.
he will, like, she's given up trying to lie to him. Like, just
Fair.
yeah, Aiden, they are bird eggs. They were bigger, and she'll like point, like, give him facts to how to tell the difference.
Yeah.
And I left them there. Now, this is going to sound cruel, but I left them there because snakes will go after eggs, and they're more interested in that than any of us.
Okay.
They can unhinge their jaw and swallow the egg whole.
It's true.
Why would you say
Oh, shoot, sorry.
I will now
Ugh.
take Phelan away, but you can be rest assured that
that?
snakes
Is
are
it
gonna go
small
after the eggs.
snakes in Ferelden?
Yeah,
they little?
Yep.
they're small. Yeah.
Tiny.
So they can't swallow me if they unhinge their jaw.
Aiden,
No.
Correct.
I would
Not at
Or
all.
way
No.
really
too
like a
big.
hand with dinner. If you could help me drill.
I'm gonna grab Phelan and just be like, like,
Does fire
I-
scare snakes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Stay near the fire. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Here,
he goes
if
and
you
like
take-
lingers. He's real close to you, Iran, and he is like,
If you
know.
take these herbs,
Huh?
these little bunches of herbs, and you throw it in the fire, while they burn, it'll keep snakes away.
Okay.
Because they don't like the smell of those
Yep.
herbs.
Okay.
Okay.
Scuttles
So
off.
just there.
Just following around and refusing to go far away from you.
Yep. I was gonna say, because Oriana definitely has grabbed Phelan. Like, we tried.
Yeah. Once they leave, he's like, "Those herbs don't do anything.
I figured, but
I just figured it would make him feel better. I'm sorry."
Ah,
it's
snake
okay.
bane.
It happens.
You see Pele in the background.
Yeah, and I think Oriana's just like, I gave up trying to lie to him, but I totally understand. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
I should probably. I don't know. When I was young and I learned stuff about snakes, I thought it was cool. So sorry.
And no, he definitely has, things he really likes, like dragons and stuff, which I'm honestly kind of surprised he's scared of snakes, but really likes dragons because they're,
You're more likely to run
Kind of
into a
similar.
snake than you are into a dragon.
well, and they're all
Dragons
reptiles,
can't
so like,
unhinge their jaw.
Yeah.
yeah, like, I think I'm surprised that it didn't translate over. I don't know. Anyway, he'll be fine.
Biphobias are irrational.
Yep.
I
But-
mean, there are very many rational fears for snakes, but
Oh yeah,
And humans biting you.
it's true. And
Sometimes that's okay though.
he is Ted.
Yeah, well he's busy. I'm not talking.
He's over by the fire with Aranan.
He's Ted. And
I
I think
wasn't-
the best thing we could do is just,
No.
teach him how to spot things and avoid those
Well,
pokey things.
Okay, well, I'll just not talk about snakes.
You can always ask first. He's a smart kid. He likes to learn.
Yeah. It's okay.
Mhm. And as we kind of wind down for the evening, you will all hear the just rattling of question after question after question after question after question to Iran about snakes.
Oh no.
Do they
Oh,
come to you at night?
Iran,
Are
it's
they drawn
fine.
into heat? because I was told that like moths and stuff, like they're attracted to the CO2 and they're attracted to CO2. It's just like because the problem is he knows a lot of animal facts, so he's using that to build up the mythos of whatever the fuck is wrong with snakes.
Oh no.
She's
We've
very
got to
patient.
get him off
I
of
need
it.
She fields them all. No, it's all good. Yeah.
If I'm in the cart, like, do you have to be up off the ground? And what if one was like in the toilet, but you're going to the toilet? What's up? And
Okay, to be fair though, that is scary.
it's scary.
That's the fear I've had for a
lot
while.
of people have had that. And like, where did we get that? Because everyone has that when you sit in the toilet. You're like, well, what if there's something under there though? Like, something put that in everybody's head because it's a collective fear.
Yeah, I think it was the 1980s film Googlies.
Probably, yeah.
I don't want to die by a bite in the butt on the toilet.
Right. So thankfully we're not all in
Embarrassing.
Australia. But yes,
Christ, no.
at the string of questions will weave out our evening as we perhaps now feel a little more emboldened with some plans ahead for the arrival in the big city next session, where we will be arriving in Denerim or skirting around the outside and going somewhere else. We'll see. We may have a slight party split next week, but don't worry, it's a planned one, so hopefully not an illogical one. Tune in next week to see if they survive that. We all love a party split. We will finish there for the evening. We're gonna do our round of outros. I am Emma, or Hamily on the internet. I use she, they pronouns. I've been your GM today. You will see me here for the next 3 weeks. If you haven't already, please do listen, either catch up or listen if you're already caught up. Listen to the finale of our Black Teeth podcast, which came out today. And in a couple days' time, on Thursday, we're going to be doing our live Q&A here on this channel. So links will be going out on social. You can, if you want to, go to our socials. We're currently collecting in questions for that Q&A. We will also be taking questions live if you are tuning in into chat. So please join for that.
It may even be a rare and elusive Rian. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And you will also see me later on this month running a one-shot for Pride over in Girls from These Worlds called Murder They Wrote. It's an Oops All Antivan Crow's Dragon Age game, because I can't get enough of Dragon Age content, clearly. And then later on into this summer, I'll be back on Val's channel for Season 5, final season of the Dragon Age story over there, because I can't get enough Dragon Age, guys. Dragon Age. Everyone else. Do your outros, everybody.
Dragon Age. I'm Emily. I'm here. I do the Kana. I've been Kana. I've been momming today. I'm also in the Black Teeth podcast. Lot of feelings in this finale. I'm really proud of it personally. It's real good. There's some real good stuff in it. And I definitely cried listening to it. Just saying. So yeah, check me out, Emily Bar 20 on the internet, and also just check me out. Hey, look, what's up? What's up? Bye.
Next.
Hi everyone. It's me, Satan. It's me, your boy Satan. Or else Vamp Art on the interwebs. I would say follow me on social media, but every time like I should go back to it. Like worse things keep happening, so I'm just like maybe I shouldn't. But I'm sometimes around. You can find me here on Tuesdays with these lovely people. I have been your baby girl, Phelan. And Dragon Age. I'm excited. I need more Dragon Age. I want more Dragon Age. Dragon Age is in. Dragon Age is eat. I want some Dragon Age. And that's me.
We always want more Dragon Age. Hello everyone. I am Torin, or Torin Talks Creativity. My pronouns are she, they. I've been playing Oriana, whose pronouns are she, her, our little pill bug rogue, who is opening up finally. Yay! She's trying. Much less anxious, but you know, it'll happen. Anyway, otherwise you can find me. I actually have a few projects coming up that I'm not entirely sure when we can share all those things, but very excited. It's been very fun. A lot of the live stream tabletops are slowing down, but you can find those on YouTube and they're fantastic. Otherwise, I have my own channel at Torn Talks Creativity on Twitch, where I play game series, games that I've never played before, currently doing Mass Effect, and just doing my best. So check it out there.
Hello everyone, I am Sakaya, I go by she, her pronouns, and aside from all of the wonderful transmissions stuff that has been spoken about, you can see me on Horde of Tales every Wednesday through Pride Month for Thirsty Sword Lesbians, being run by Liv Kennedy. It's called Double Edged. So that's really, really good fun, and there is a funky kind of announcement that Ida makes at the last episode, so keep your eye out for that. We are taking a small break with Black Teeth. I am currently hammering through editing on season 2, and I really, really hope it will be ready to go out in about a month's time. So, yeah, keep your eye on that, because hopefully season 2 is a coming.
Season 2, level 2, level 2. Very good. Yes, great stuff. Had by all. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We love you all very much. I am assuming we're going to do our usual today and go over and raid Chaotic Wholesome because they are live now. So stay in chat, give them waves, give them loves and hugs and kisses, and give them to yourself as well. See you next week, everybody.